Hello everyone, welcome to Marvel PTE's channel where we discuss reading hacks so that you can crack your reading, and we discuss the real exam questions which come in your real exam. And this is reorder series, and today the question which we are going to discuss is number 20, which means that we have already discussed 19 highly repetitive questions, and you can see the link of the playlist in the description below. So let's get started. My name is Bhrat Brij and I have scored a perfect 90 in all the 10 skills of PTE, and now I help students like you guys to help them crack their reading. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel because we post such informative videos almost on a daily basis. Few important updates before getting starting with the main topic, that now for study visas, PTE is accepted for UK. It was already accepted for Canada. 90% of universities now accept PTE Academic, and a new test, which is PTE Home, has started. If you are applying for family visas in UK, you can go for PTE Home test, and we have started coaching for PTE Home also. Coming to today's topic, PTE Reading. It is of 32 to 41 minutes and it has 5 question types. The order for question types is fixed, and today we are going to discuss reorder paragraphs, and for that important information is that it is partially scored, so your focus should be on pairs because you get a partial credit for correctly ordered adjacent pair. This is a screenshot from Pearson's website score guide, and let's see the real scoring of PTE Reading. As you can see, the 90 of reading comes from speaking section, from writing section, as well as listening section. And in reading section, the most important one is your reading and writing filling the blanks, because they contribute 22 marks to your reading, 22 marks to writing. And today's topic is of reorder paragraph, which contributes 6 marks. So these are important ones. And in 2 minutes, you have to solve reorder paragraphs. In those 2 minutes, first of all, you have to do the skimming, then you have to read it, then you have to arrange or make pairs, and then you have to confirm the pairs which you have made are correct or not. This is today's topic. As usual, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to go through this topic, and your time starts now. Okay, so I hope you have gone through this, and now let's quickly read it. First of all, what is the first thing in skimming? We have to find an independent line. An independent line is a line which is not dependent on others, is standalone line. So the role of science within modern society remains valuable. Yes, this seems like an independent line. Mobile phones, for example, as this is an example, this cannot be an independent line. There are certain rules for finding independent lines, and we teach them in detail in our coaching classes. Moving on to the next line, but this is a contrast, so that's why this also cannot be an independent line. I think we should be wary of reporting of science. It is often over dramatized in order to secure an audience, but not of science itself. Seems like this is an independent line, so we have one independent line over here, we have two independent lines. Let's move on to the next one. Of course, you know that any independent line cannot start with of course, because of course means obvious, so that's why you cannot have this as independent line also. Now the question is this: we have two independent lines which seems to be independent. Which one of them will be the first line? If you see, the role of science within modern society remains valuable. Yes, this is an independent line, but this doesn't seems like a starting line of the sentence. It seems that it is going to say something, reinforce something which has been already being discussed. How we got to know that? Again, there are some strategies which we say as topic order strategy, subject object strategy. These are two strategies which are very important for reorder paragraphs, and we are going to discuss them in detail in just due course. So let's see now which of these two seems to be the first line, because we are talking about here the role of science. Means if the is used, it means that you have already defined it, right? So let's see if something like the role of science has been defined. The answer is yes. Over here, do you see the reporting of science? We are talking about this reporting of science, so that's why it cannot be an independent line, because we first introduce the topic and then we talk about that topic. That's why we are going to eliminate this line as an independent line. And now we have just one line remaining, and we are going to drag this and we are going to drop this over here. And now let's see the second one. Remember, our focus should be always on pairing. So over here, now we are going to see which one would be the second line. The role of science within modern society remains valuable. It doesn't make sense. Over here, we are talking about that the reporting of science is over dramatized in order to secure an audience, but not of science itself. So science has something positive, but sometimes it's negative. The reporting which is done is slightly over dramatized and slightly negative to secure an audience. So now we are going to see which one is going to build on. Let's see lines one by one. Mobile phones, for example. Does this make any sense over here? The answer is no, but no one would argue that mobile phones, right? See, depending upon our TO strategy, SO strategy, as we discussed that the focus has to be on pairs. So now according to the strategies, if you see mobile phones have been given as an example, the topic is introduced here for your mobile phones. So that's why it is going to be on the top. We are not sure about its position, but no one would argue that mobile phones, depending upon our SO strategy. So we have first given the example and then we have explained that example. Okay. So that is the reason you are going to make this pair, but we are not yet decided about the position of this pair. Okay. So we know that, okay, this is the pair, this will be coming on the top and this will come at the second or on the bottom. Now let's see which would be the second line. Of course, there are rare examples of extreme scientific dishonesty which will be seized upon by news organizations. So this one is going to fit over here. Now see from this, who is going to report the science, right? Science reporting is going to be done by news organizations. So that's why our SO strategy, subject object strategy, comes into play. And we have been talking about the negative thing. So that is the negative connotation which is associated over here, scientific dishonesty. That's why we are going to put over here. Now we know that this is a pair, right? And now only the thing left is whether this line will come over here or will this line come over here. So if you go through the flow, the logics of this reorder paragraph, you know that we are going to give an example. Example of what? Example where the reporting of science is often dramatized by news organizations. So that's, but the role of science in the modern society remains valuable. This is the example. The mobile phones are example that how the science has changed modern society and how important mobile phones are. So that's why we are going to put this line over here. And as you see, now we are going to give the example. We know that this is the pair and we are going to move over here. But depending upon our TO strategy, first over here, we are talking about the main topic, which is reporting of the science. And then we are going to give example. All these rules we teach to our students when they take online coaching from us or in institute coaching. We tell them everything in detail. These are the shortcuts or hacks which are going to help you to secure your numbers for reading 79 plus in reading. And we are moving in. Let's see the answer if this is correct. Yes, this pairing order is correct. So that's why it's very important to know the strategies for reorder paragraph. Consider Marvel PTE as the center of reorder paragraph strategies. And first of all, we should know how to find an independent line. Then this is BS strategy, which is broad to specific strategy. Then we are going to talk about CO strategy, which is chronological order strategy, which is based on time. Then we are going to see how connectors are useful in establishing the links. Then TO strategy, we have seen its implementation in today's reorder paragraph. Then AB rule is abbreviation rule. SO strategy, again important strategy. TO rule and SO strategy are important ones. Topical order rule and subject object strategies are very important. Then there are certain rules for finding last sentences also, and we teach all these strategies in detail to our students, which makes solving reorder paragraph simple, and within 30 seconds you can get 100% marks if you follow our strategy. But before that, do remember that you have just 30 to 60 seconds to solve your reorder paragraph, and in that you have to skim the content, then you have to find an independent line, then find the conclusion line. In the remaining 30 to 60 seconds, you have to look for clues, you have to find pointers, years, however, firstly, example, all these are your useful pointers or clues which can help you. Like today we have seen that example will come after the topic has finished. So all these are important little clues which help you, and all the strategies which we teach are validated and proven strategy. You can see the scorecard of the students in the ticker below, that they are achieving perfect scores, they are achieving their target score, and these are our recent success stories where students have scored 90 overall, 86, 79. So if they can score, you guys can also score. And this is my WhatsApp number, 8699121121. If you have any doubt, any question, feel free to connect to us on WhatsApp. And if you want to take online coaching, you can also contact us. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel, because we post such informative videos on a daily basis. We give wings to your dream.